Hi everybody, good afternoon. Right, so this afternoon I'm going to show you how to make one of these little mini books with the emboss key, and I'm going to show you how to make one of these cases that it fits in, so it fits in nice and snugly. And then, so there we go, it's a perfect little gift idea and perfect little stocking filler idea as well if you're thinking of making something homemade for Christmas to give to people. Right, so to start with, I'm going to do the video in two parts. So I'm going to start off making this little book. So I'm going to use Eileen Hull's mini book die. So Eileen's going to come on in a bit to do a speech, and she's going to go through her dies with you. Right, so you can see here the layout of the book. So that's the main base for the book. Then you've got the key, and then you've got the little oval, and you've also got these little corners too, and the little belt if you want to put a belt around the middle of it. But today we're just going to do a basic one. So I'm just going to use this piece of mat board that I've got. So mat board is really versatile and it's really good as well. It's really strong. Right, so we need the plastic sheet, and because this is a bigger die, then we don't need to use the platform with it. So if we put that sheet and then the die and then the other sheet on top, and then do as we did this morning and just wheel it through on the die cutting machine. And then when you take it off, you have your base for your book. And I've got the key here as well. So we're going to emboss that key after so it looks like a proper little key. Right. So if I put those to one side for now. Right, so the background papers that I use for the mini book and for the little case are papers that I've designed. So I've done this on the gel printing plate, and then I added pen detail and chalky pens to it just to add texture and make the background look more interesting. So I'm going to be using those, and this is the one I'm going to be using on the case as well. So it's got some wording on, and it's got plenty of interest in the background. Right, so to start with, I'm going to do all this by hand because I want that to be in the middle of my front cover. So when I did this, the front cover, I left the binding just as a plain mat board and then put the butterfly on the back. So that's what I'm going to do for this one. So if you roughly put the mat board over where the wording is, and then what I'm going to do is just cut round with the scissors. Right, so that comes there. Let's just snip there where it needs to start. And then just going to go down and cut down there. And then just fold my book where the score marks are. And then what I'm going to do is get the Pritt stick. And then just stick that to the base of the book. Like so. And if you find that it's just overlapping, then just turn the book upside down and then just trim off any of the edges. Okay, so that's the front cover done. I'm going to use this butterfly on the back, so what I'm going to do is just do the same as I did before and just draw around, cut round. Eileen's got loads of fantastic dies. This is one of them, the latest one that's just come out. Well, it came out a bit ago now, but it's the latest little book one. Right, so I've just snipped down there. So I'm just going to go cut up. And hopefully that'll fit on here perfectly. I'm just going to go in with the Brit stick again. So you can either do your own background papers or you can buy your background papers, whatever you prefer. I love to print mine. Because it's really enjoyable using the gel printing plate. Right, so that's the main bit of the book done. So I'll just get the pages that I've done for them. Right, so they're the pages that I've already pre-cut, so I'm going to put those in after. What I'm going to do next is to emboss the key. So I'm just going to knock the little round bit out the middle of the key. That's it. Right, so if I get the scrap bit of paper that I used earlier, and then I'm going to be using the gold embossing powder with the embossing stamp pad. Let's put the heat tool in again. Right, so what I'm going to do is just leave the key on the paper and then just press down with the pad just to get all that product onto the key, so I'm not missing any areas. And then sprinkle the gold embossing powder over. And then just give the key a bit of a tap. And then just go in with the heat tool now. So as you can see, it's starting to melt now. Right, so I'm just going to turn the key round to the other ends. Be careful when you're using the heat tool because it gets really hot. Right, so I'm just going to leave like that for now. You can do the sides if you want to, but I'm just doing a quick demo how to make the book today, so you can spend more time on it when you're making it at home. Alright, so just tip the excess embossing powder back in the pot. Right, so now turn the key upside down and just put some Pritt stick on. I'm just going to put it in that same corner, like so. So you can see the key's nice and sparkly now. I'm just going to make a little bow put on top of that key. You can make it the bow as big as you want it, but I'm just going to stick small today. I'll just chop the tail bits off now. And then I'm just going to get a bit of Brit stick on. And then just put that over the whole of the key. And then there we go. We just need to cut a little bit of elastic now to tie around the book to hold the pages in. You can use different elasticated cords, but I'm just using this one because I've run out of the gold that I used on the previous book. And then just pull it quite tight and then tie it in the middle. You might need somewhere to help you to do that. It can be a bit fiddly. That's it. And once you've done that, just chop the long bits off and then move it into the centre of the spine of the book. And then all you need to do is feed your pages. So the pages I cut out using the same die that I cut the outside of the book out with. And so there you go, there's your little book made. So part 2 is coming up next on how to make the matching folder. See you soon. Hi everybody, so part 2, we're going to be making one of these cute little boxes to store your mini book in. So I've already pre-cut everything ready, just to save a bit of time, so I'll show you how to put it together, because it's quite a bit tricky. Right, so this is a die that we're going to be using, so this is another one of Eileen's dies, so it's the mini book, the case, which is really cute. It's so cute, it just fits in your hand, that's how small it is. Right, so on the die I've used mat board and just place the mat board over the whole of it and then just cut the base out for the box. Right, so what I'm going to do is cut each section separately because I want to leave sort of like the white edging around each side. It just makes it, breaks the pattern up a little bit, makes it look really pretty. So I'll start off with this side, so just cut along to that corner. And then just get my nail to score down that line. And just cut down that score mark. Right, so get my friend the Brit stick again. And then I'm just going to glue that on. I'm just going to cut a thin strip down here just to give it a bit of a white edge around when I stick it onto the base. Right, so let's go down with the Brit stick again. So you can do any theme really for these mini books and the case. You could do Christmas, you could do general, or you can do anniversaries, birthdays. The list's endless really. Or if you like, if you know somebody that likes going on holiday, then you can give them one of these as a gift and then they can like journal each day of what they've been doing. Right, so I'm just going down these creases again, and then I can cut down the line. So you don't have to do it this way, but you can just use one whole sheet of background paper if you want to. But I just wanted to add a little bit of edging around my case. Right, so if you find that you've just gone over slightly, just get your scissors and trim. I'm just going to trim down here slightly. And then on the box, I'm going to figure out which is the upsides, what's it. So just fold those in a little bit, just so I can make the back of the box with the image the right way up. Right, so that's the top, so I'm just going to flip that round and then just press it flat again. And then just go down with my nail where the score marks are. And then, oops, just gone slightly off course. That's it. Right, so the end bits can be cut off completely because that's where we're going to be hot glue gunning the case together. Right, so I'm just going to cut the sides off. Right, so that's that side. And then that's that side. Right, so the main bit so it's, yeah, that way. Get myself confused now which bit goes on where. I'm just going to trim that back slightly. And then trim the bottom bit. Right, and then put the sides on. So that goes on that side to match the writing. That way up. Oops, just trim the edge off a little bit. So it's got that little nice white border around when I come to put the box together. And then just do this side. Just trim that as well before I forget. Right, so just I've cut up a little oval to go here, just underneath the butterfly, like on this box. So I'm just going to stick the top piece of paper on. Right, so next is to hot glue gun. So I've just got my hot glue gun here. It's ready to use now. Just put a bit along the edge. I've gone a bit too far, so I'll just peel that bit off. Right, just hold that together till it sets a bit more. And then just do the same on this side. And then just bend that in. As I said, it's quite fiddly to put it together, but it's, once you get the hang of it, it's fine. Right, so straighten that up a bit. Right, so that's that together. So what I'm going to do now is to hot glue gun this onto the top of the lid of the box. Like so. And then I've already pre-cut a butterfly out, so I'm just going to bend the wings slightly just to give it that 3D effect, like it's flying off the case. I'm just going to go down with the Pritt stick down the spine and then glue it onto here. And just bend the wings back again. So it looks like it's flying away. Right, and whilst I've got the glue gun out, I'm going to show you how to put the Velcro on. So the Velcro acts as a fasten. So I've just cut a little square and stick that together on that other side and just cut that the same size as the top piece. And then what I'm going to do now is, try and keep hold of it, put a little bit of glue on there to secure it, and stick that to the lid of the case. Just let that set for a little bit. And then once that's more or less dry, if you just glue onto that side and then hold that down there, just unplug the glue gun. And then there you go. So your Velcro's on, which acts as your fasten for the box. So what I'm going to do now is put some little gems down the centre of the butterfly. I'm going to use silver this time. So you can use any colour that you want to go with your colour theme. Just going to put 3 down, I think. And there we go. That's one box and one little mini book complete. All right. So if you've got any questions, then just drop me a message. And thank you for watching. Take care. Bye bye.